Mind and desire are at the core of our interaction with the world. Mind and desire are what give us our impetus in this world. We see the world through the mind. We are attracted to things through desire. But reality is not mind and desire. Mind and desire are attached to illusion, and illusion is a temporary manifestation that we are involved in that has nothing to do with reality. And mind and desire are trying to kill our reality. They're trying to kill the truth within us. Mind and desire cannot see God. Mind and desire try to tell you that they are God. Try to tell you that they are truth and they are reality. Mind and desire try to replace God for you with themselves. And this is something that we have to understand and we have to overcome. So, to be able to bypass mind and desire, to be able to go beyond mind and desire, is one of the goals of our stay in this world. If we are going to become man, we have to overcome mind and desire. We have to do away with mind and desire. However, for most people, what they see through their mind and what they understand through their mind is their life. And there is no other life for them. So the things of the world, the things that the mind sees, the elemental manifestations that are all around us, all these things that appear and disappear, become our existence. And if this is the only part of our existence, then we have never touched reality. We have never understood truth. We have never gotten to the point where we get to know about our soul and our truth. We only know about the external part of ourselves. We only know that part which we can see on the outside. We don't know what is going on the inside. And because of this, we lose touch with reality. We lose touch with truth because we are only able to go to the area where the mind can go. And the mind is limited. The mind is limited to religion and philosophy. The mind is limited to the world. The mind can't go beyond illusion. The mind can only be involved in that which is temporary. Once we begin to understand that, then we begin to understand where our search has to go. And where our search has to go is to find someone who has done away with mind and desire in their own being and can explain to us what is seen when mind and desire are not the point of view that is being used to describe existence. The sheikh, the guru, has a different point of view. His point of view is from wisdom, and wisdom is a different point of view than mind and desire. When we look at something, we see it from the outside. When he looks at something, he sees it from the inside, and he tells us about what's on the inside. He describes for us what's on the inside. And he tells us the truth. He tells us about reality. He tells us where it is we need to look and what we need to see. For instance, the sheikh will point at something and he'll say, "What is that?" And everybody has a different idea depending on where they see the finger pointing. But the sheikh will say, "It's only a finger and it represents one, but you all see different things. You all have different ideas because you're all looking at the outside. We need to look on the inside." And the sheikh will tell us the truth about what is on the inside. He will take us beyond mind and desire because he is beyond mind and desire. So what we need to be able to do is to look at the sheikh and try and understand his qualities and what it is about him that is different than what we are. And we have to learn that and understand it. So when we look at the sheikh, we have to look at his actions. We have to look at his patience. We have to look at his tolerance. We have to look at his demeanor. We have to look at his constant kindness and his constant love. We have to understand the nature of his existence. And it's through understanding the nature of his existence that we can begin to see and understand the truth about who we are. Otherwise, we are constantly looking at ourselves from the outside, and looking at ourselves from the outside will not tell us the truth about ourselves. Mind and desire are keeping us in a status quo that doesn't allow us to see reality, that hides reality from us. Our mind and our desire are not our friends. Our mind and desire are in tune with illusion, and illusion is here to trick us. Illusion is here to fool us. Illusion is here to keep us from reality. But we have to fight illusion. We have to fight our attachment to illusion. We have to fight the magnetism of illusion and the glitters of illusion. The world tells you how important it is. The world tells you that you have to pay obeisance to it. You have to get your titles. You have to get your degrees. You have to get your wealth. You have to get your women. You have to get all of the things from the world, or else somehow you are lacking. Somehow there is something wrong with you. Somehow you have not achieved what you are supposed to achieve in the world. It's like if you have gems and you have them hidden on you, and robbers come and they know about the fact that you have gems sewn into your clothes, they will try to take them from you, but you will run and you will fight them to the death to protect your wealth. Well, wisdom is worth more than all the gold and all the gems in the world, but men don't understand the wealth of wisdom. Now, you can buy gold and you can buy gems and you can buy worldly things, but you can't buy wisdom. The Sheikh has wisdom and he can make it available to you, but in order for it to become available to you, you have to become a certain way. You have to enter into a certain state. So wisdom is there for you when you're with the Sheikh, and it's ready to be given to you when you're with the Sheikh. But if you do not take what it is that he gives in the way that it needs to be taken, you will never understand what it is that wisdom is. So through our connection with the Sheikh, through our own involvement, through our developing a love for him, through our entering into him, through understanding his nature and developing that nature, we can begin to have wisdom. Wisdom is inherent within us, but it'll only come out of us if we develop the qualities that bring wisdom about. And what are these qualities? These are the qualities that are the names of Allah. And the Sheikh is given these qualities directly from Allah. And Allah, who gave the qualities to the Sheikh, then the Sheikh gives those qualities to us. And this is what we have to understand. We have to understand that what the Sheikh has is what we need. What the Sheikh has is more valuable than gold, is more valuable than gems, is more valuable than real estate, is the most valuable thing within the world. So we have to use the tools that we have, which are faith, certitude, and determination, in order to hold illusion back and to enter into truth. And this is very difficult because the glitters of the world and the magnetisms of the world and the pulls of the world are coming at us from every direction. And the fact that so few people have entered the state of true man, insan kamil, the entire world will argue with you about the truth that you are learning, about the wisdom that you are learning. They will say things to you like, what good is it? Will it get me more money? Will it get me more women? Will it get me more land? Will it get me more power? And the answer to all of those things are no. But if that's all people are looking for, then everything that you're obtaining is irrelevant to them. And they will tell you it's irrelevant to them. The great minds of the world become scientists, and scientists reject God. And why do they reject God? Because they deal with what they can see, and they try to make sense of what they can see, and they try to understand reality through what they can see. But there's another section. There's a section of formlessness. There's a section that you can't see. There is a section that is of the light that is beyond form. And until that is understood, you cannot understand your real self. Somehow, you have to enter into understanding that formless state and understanding that state that the light comes from. Now, the Sheikh is that light manifest as man. And so you can see the formless through the qualities. You can't weigh compassion. You can't weigh mercy. You can't weigh justice. You can't understand the nature of those things until you have them. And how do you get them? You get them through being in contact with them and to seeing them being displayed over and over and over. And then all of a sudden, in one moment of revelation, compassion has meaning. Mercy has meaning. Justice has meaning. Love has meaning. And when they are understood and when they take on impact on your being, and when they become more important than your love of the world, a change begins to occur. A change begins to happen in you. And then you no longer relate to yourself in the way you used to relate to yourself. You no longer spend all of your time trying to build up this external body and all of the fame and pride that this body can have. You begin to understand that you are beyond this body, that there is more to you than this body. And as a matter of fact, this body is not you. This is not reality. We are now in search of our souls, in search of our truth, in search of that which is within us that is connected to our Lord. So, to find our truth, we must find the path to our truth. And what is the path to coming to know ourselves? What is that straight path that we talk about all the time? What is that path that opens up reality for us and shows us where we are now, where we were before, and where we spend our eternity? What is that path? That path is the path of the qualities. And those qualities are learned through interaction with those qualities. And how do we interact with those qualities? Through interaction with the Sheikh. The Sheikh is those qualities, and he has nothing else. He is not subject to mind and desire. He can't be pulled off the path by mind and desire. He has destroyed them. And because he has destroyed them, he is now in contact with truth. And you, by being in his presence, by spending time with him, by surrendering yourself to him, you have a connection to that truth. And what he gets from Allah, you get from him. And what he says, and he says it over and over and over, your salvation is through becoming me. Your salvation is through understanding who I am and becoming that. That's the way out of here. That is the escape from illusion. There is no other road. So we have to understand the nature of the sheikh, and we have to become that nature. We have to understand the qualities of the sheikh, and we have to become those qualities. We have to understand the kindness of the sheikh. We have to become that kindness. We have to understand the justice that is within the sheikh, and we have to become that justice. Allah, in His mercy, has sent us hundreds of thousands of examples of true man in this world. And we must attach ourselves to one of these true men so that we can understand what it's like to be a true man. And then we can understand truth. Man is truth. But until we know man, we don't know truth. Until we know man, we don't know ourselves. So this path towards truth is the path that we have to take, and we have to use all of our effort and all of the tools that we have to stay on this path. We have to use our faith and our certitude and our determination. We have to become convinced that reality is more important to us than illusion, that reality is more beautiful than illusion, that Allah's beauty and Allah's qualities are the most beautiful things in all of existence. And we have to give ourselves over to those things as opposed to falling for the temporary beauty that the world displays and that what we begin to believe in. There's a story from the Tamil epics about mind and desire, who are two demons who meditated and prayed for years and asked that they be made invincible. And it came to pass that each of them was given a sword, and they could not be destroyed by anything outside of themselves. And when they got these swords, they began to terrorize the world and all of creation. The Hindu deities began to call on Krishna, who is the personification of wisdom, and asked his help. And Krishna decided that he would in fact help. And while desire had gone to a pond in order to wash himself, wisdom came in the form of a beautiful woman with 16,000 different attributes of beauty. And desire looked at her and immediately was smitten by her beauty, and he ran to touch her. And she said, "No, you can't touch me. I'm married. You can't come near me. I'm married." And he said, "Well, who's better than me?" And she said, "Well, my husband is very clever. And if you want me, you're going to have to kill my husband." He said, "I'll do anything to possess you." And he said, "Well, we live," the beauty said, "we live by the mountain near a cave. Go there at 4 o'clock tomorrow, and my husband will be there and you can kill him." So desire left. And then the mind came to the same pond in order to wash. And mind then saw the beauty and decided it had to possess that gorgeous being. And he came near her, and the beauty said, "You can't touch me. I'm married." And the mind said, "Well, who's more beautiful than I am?" And she said, "My husband may not be more beautiful, but he's very clever. And the only way you can have me is to kill him." So we live near the mountain by a cave. Be there at about 4:30 tomorrow. And he gave the directions for mind to get there. The next day, desire arrived, and the beauty told him to go into the cave and wait. When mind came, the beauty told him that desire was in the cave. Her husband was in the cave, and they began to fight. They then recognized each other. And mind said, I'm the older. I should have her. Desire said, I saw her first. I should have her. And they began to fight, and they fought until they killed each other. Now, what is it that killed them? The beauty of the truth destroyed them. So if we are going to understand reality, if we are going to go beyond mind and desire, we have to become the beauty that is truth, the beauty that is reality. The Sheikh will give you that beauty. And when you can become entranced within that beauty, and you are entranced by Allah's beauty, then mind and desire will lose their power. They will, in essence, destroy each other because your beauty overwhelms them so greatly. So we have to understand that we are caught in this world, and we have to escape from this world. And we have to understand the methodology for the escape from this world. And the methodology is to take on the qualities, the actions, and the attributes of the Sheikh, who got his qualities and his actions and his attributes from Allah. Now, people have said, what if we haven't gotten all the way to the end of obtaining those qualities and truly reaching that area of truth? And the Sheikh responds, when you have gold, in order to be able to form it and to make things out of it, you need copper, and you mix the copper with the gold, and then it becomes hard enough to shape. The Sheikh is the gold. We are the copper. If we surrender to the Sheikh, we become combined with him. We become integrated with him. And all you see is the gold. You never see the copper. So there are more than one ways to escape, but we have to escape, and we have to believe in the power that was given to the Sheikh by Allah to allow us to escape, to allow us to enter into the realm of souls where we can understand truth, where we can come to know who we are in reality, as opposed to who we believe we are in illusion. Illusion will constantly try and trap us. Illusion will constantly tell us that there's something in this world that's incredibly important and we have to have it. And the chase for that thing that's incredibly important is what will destroy us. The chase for power, the chase for degrees, the chase for wealth, the chase for fame, all of these things that the world tells us are of tantamount importance will destroy us. These are all temporary things, and no matter how long, how hard we try and hold on to these temporary things, they will slip through our fingers and they will disappear. The only reality is in what the Sheikh brings us, what the Sheikh teaches us, God's qualities, God's attributes, God's actions. So we have to turn from the world. When we are in the world, we can make believe that the world is real, but we should always know that the world is not real. We should always know that only God is real. And that is where our allegiance has to be placed and our allegiance has to go. And it is only in that way that we can find truth, that we can find who we are, and we can escape from the clutches of mind and desire that are looking to destroy our eternal self. So Allah has to help each and every one of us. He has to help us understand the truth. He has to help us understand his qualities. He has to help us achieve this transcendence above illusion. He has to make it so that our attachment to all that is illusion leaves us, and that we no longer hunger for that. We no longer crave that. We have learned that it is a lie, and we have turned towards truth, and we have taken the path that brings us towards truth. May Allah make this path easy for us. May He make it so that we see clearly the benefits of the true path and the lie of illusion. May we come to know the difference between truth and illusion. May we come to know the difference between reality and illusion. May reality become our home. May reality become the place where we reside. May reality become our touchstone so that we can come to acquire the fabric of reality. And what is the fabric of reality? The fabric of reality are the qualities of Allah. And as we integrate into the qualities of Allah, we become truth. We become insan kamil. We become godly. We become transcendent. And we are no longer subject to mind and desire and the vagaries of this world. We are no longer subject to illusion. We are no longer subject to the temporary nature of this existence, but have entered into the eternal existence that exists in the light with Allah. May that be what happens to each and every one of us. Ameen, ameen. Ya Rabbil Alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.